guys, and thanks for tuning in to the first episode of Cooking with Lamia. So, tonight I'm going to show you guys how to make escarole and beans from scratch. So, very quickly, I'm going to show you what you guys need to do is this. Alright, so there's the escarole, and what you need to do is you have to make sure that it's clean. You have to do a good job of cleaning it, obviously. And you have to make sure that there's no dirt or grime. I have a lot. I bought 2 packages because I like to have a lot. So what you need to do is basically clean it, make sure there's no dirt, no grime in it, none of that stuff. Because even though the stores clean it, it's always better to do it again at home. So give it a nice rinse. Give it a good clean, a good run through, and make sure there's no dirt in it or grime or anything like that. You also want to make sure that you have one garlic. Wow. You want to make sure that you have one garlic and not one garlic, sorry. 4 garlic cloves, an onion. There you go. Alright, so you want to make sure you have garlic cloves, 4 garlic cloves, and 1 onion. And obviously you want to put some meat in it because it wouldn't be the same without any type of meat in it. So, you got ground beef. Whoops, my bad. You got your ground beef. Decent sized family pack is good enough. Definitely does the job. You want the biggest pack of chicken broth you could find, and you also want 3 cans of the Goya small white habitual beans. 3 is good enough. And what you want to remember too is when you add it in, and I'll get to that, you never want to throw away the water that's in the beans because the water adds to the flavor. The salt, which is in it also, some people don't like it. Trust me, you get rid of the water, you ruin the whole thing. It will not taste the same at all. So I'm gonna get started. You could watch and then I'll show you guys as I go along. So what you want to do now, oil. Put the oil in the pot. Put that away. You want to make sure that the oil covers the entire pot. And you don't want to put the gas on too high. You put the gas on too high, it'll burn the garlic, it'll burn the onion, it'll stick to the bottom, and it'll be very difficult to get off, which you don't want to do. So you take your onion, your garlic that you have to the side, like I showed you before. I'll show you one more time for those that might just be tuning in right now. There you go. You have your garlic and your onion. You're gonna add that in. Just take that, add that all in. There you go. And you're always good to use the knife on an angle for whatever pieces that you can't get with your hands, because you never want to waste any of the garlic or any of the onion. Whatever else is left over, you can just kind of toss into the sink and let it do its own thing. Get your spoon, mix it up real good. Mix it up real good, and that's that. Again, don't forget about the ground beef, which is also a big factor in this whole thing. Alright, so while that's browning, don't forget to stir it, but again, you don't want it to burn, so into the pot at all. And you want to give it a nice golden brown look to this. There you go. You're going to give it a nice golden brown look. Let it get golden brown. And then while you do that, you can kind of adjust and clean as you go. That's what I like to do. Some people wait till the last minute and then you get lazy, you don't want to do anything. So while that's done, I'll prepare the beans. Just open up the can one at a time. And again, I like to use 3. 3 is more than enough. You don't want to get rid of the water. There you go, look. You have the water. You do not want to get rid of it. Definitely makes the escarole and beans taste good. And what I like to do is I like to make pasta, have it over pasta. You can use, I guess, rice if you want to use rice. I never did that before, but if you don't like pasta for whatever reason, you can do that. And you will have plenty left over. Believe me, you'll have plenty left over. So now is about a good time where you could add in the chopped meat. So I'll open this up. There you go. Open it up, show you what it looks like. And again, I know the video ain't the best, but bear with me. I'm doing the best I can with this. I kind of just take it and kind of just toss it in. And I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. You don't want to forget about your onion powder and your garlic powder. Now, I also like to add a little bit of a Cajun spice into it, which you guys have seen before. And I'll show you that now. Perfect pitch, Cajun. It is probably one of my favorite spices to use. You use that. Put that to the side. And you kind of want to, I'll show you what it looks like real quick. So, you have it, kind of looks like this right now. So you take it, and what you want to do is, you kind of want to mash everything up and blend it in all together so that it cooks evenly. A little bit of salt never hurt anybody. Now, I know people are going to say that this video might be a little bit weird, the angles might be weird. Bear with me, I'm on a Mac that does not have a back-facing camera, it's only forward, so you either deal with it and grin and bear it, or you don't. This is the best I can do right now. So, bear with me. And again, alright, so I let the meat sit for a little bit, and that's what I'm working with right now. So it kind of looks like if you were going to make chili, but you're not making it obviously, but it kind of looks like the process. You kind of want to mash everything up, let it cook, let it simmer, because obviously you don't want pink meat at all. Yeah. So obviously you don't want pink meat at all, and yeah. So you don't want pink meat. You want to make sure it cooks evenly, cooks really good. Now, while that's done, while that's going, again, you could, it's always better to be safe than sorry, because again, you don't want no dirt or grit in the escarole. Like you could go, and you always want to kind of break it up too. You don't really want a ton of large pieces. You can leave some, but you don't want the entire thing to be large. So you take them, break them up. You could even throw them in if you want. It doesn't really make a difference when you don't. And a big thing too, you don't want to use hot water while you're cleaning it, because obviously you don't want to cook the escarole while you're cleaning it. Not that it would, but you know what I mean. So you throw in a little bit at a time. Throw in a little bit at a time, kind of strain it out a little bit. Get all that cook and whatever else is in there. You throw a tiny bit in at a time, one by one. And you want to use the biggest pot that you have also, because the escarole holds a lot of water. So you find the biggest pot that you have in your house, and believe me, go with that. So do that. Throw all of it in. It's fine. I know now you're wondering, I'll show you in a minute once I'm done putting it all in the pot, but I know that you guys probably have questions. Now, is it okay to pack it all the way to the top? Is it a normal thing to pack it all the way to the top? See? And the thing with this is that when you make escarole, like I said, it's very large. You can see the leaves, the way they look. So while you may think that it looks very large in the pot, it's going to shrivel up, and that's what becomes the soup, more or less. So you kind of just let it sit, let it do its own thing. You could even put a cover, put a cover on it. You put the cover on it, let it simmer down. I'll show you what it looks like now, one more time before I add the beans in. So, there you go. You got it all the way to the top. You put the cover on, let it simmer down. And then, again, you got the 3 cans of beans. Again, you can use more than one. You can use as many as you want. I prefer 3. That's just what I like, personally speaking. And